It's the hashtag Simply Cyber, COMMUNITY. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four and invite them in. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Dr. Auger is a OG, got that potion, the elixir. Got devotion to all those who keep us showing up to witness. Fit the tricks and quips and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize a vision. On a mission, it's official, we gon' get through all these issues. Time for jaw jacking, baby, this is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave and feeling charged. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Wednesday, Worldwide Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. This is episode 857 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next hour, me, you, James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet, Marcus Kyler, not only IT, Joni Hogan, Fleet is posting the third, Chuck Sapp, my man, Devin Grady Carey, of course. We got Alana Boyajian and the GRC crew. Hopefully nobody at MITRE, because they're busy working on something else. FedEx down in Florida, ACAT, Jeff Watala. Guys, we're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis alongside Jenny Housley and Mod Chat on what these stories mean to you. Excuse me. What is the tactical value you can use to do something today about it? And potentially what's the long-term strategic impact? For example, say CVEs went away for a minute. I don't know. Let's just pretend it's a bizarro world and we don't do CVEs anymore. What would that mean to you long term as a professional, as a program, and as we do cybersecurity at its foundation? So we're going to be covering all these type of things, and ultimately the goal for me is to deliver value to you. I do strive to do that every time I stream, whether it's this show or others. I want to deliver value. I'm all about service up in this piece. Now listen, if you're not a practitioner and what I'm saying is going over your head a little bit and you're like, oh no, maybe I'm in the wrong place. My friends, I'm telling you right now, there is value for people looking to break into the industry. Just settle in, get ready, we make the circle as wide as possible, because you're going to be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current on the industry? You need to do it, whether it's reading RSS feeds, your favorite news outlets, or the daily cyber threat brief. You have to consume threat intelligence and know what the heck's going on, or else you're going to be fighting a Mike Tyson with one hand tied behind your back, which is already really, really hard. Mike Tyson will mess you up, but with one hand tied behind your back, you're gonna have a pretty rough go of it. So, not to mention, guys, you'll be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current? I've hired people. There's tons of people in chat who have hired people. It's a very common question, almost guaranteed to be asked. So you got to have a banger of an answer. If you're just like, Twitter, that you might need a little bit more substance to that response. Now, guys, I want you to know, I do not research or prep for any of this show.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Because, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm a busy bee. But I got to tell you, I got my GRC shirt on today. I selected this one deliberately because of the NIST, because of the MITRE CVE story, which I'm happy to say is in the news. I've also got my GRC Mafia mug with the Study GRC crew and the Simply Cyber crew. So if you're a GRC Mafia person, holla. Let's get some focus on that. Snap. Oh, yeah, GRC for days. All right, guys. Now, before we get into it, before I melt your face, before we solve the problems of what is going on in this world, let me say shout out and love to the stream sponsors. We are going to go around the world before the show starts. I got find Marcus Kyler's website. Actually, Marcus Kyler, I see you in chat. I don't know if you have the opportunity to DM me the link to your Worldwide Wednesday map. I think I bookmarked it, but it's been kind of a crazy morning. Let's say what's up real quick to the stream sponsors. I will chat with everybody in chat. And when we get back, we're going to go around the world. But I'm going to first tell you how this show solves your CPE problems. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education, regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other, all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up next. You won't regret it. All right. Also, thank you, Marcus Kyler. We are locked and loaded for Worldwide Wednesday. I also want to say shout out to Delete Me, guys. If you didn't know, I do use Delete Me. I've been using them for some time now. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Data brokers make a profit off your data. Your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details, which can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, and harassment. But now you do have an option. You can protect your privacy with Delete Me. As someone with an active online presence, privacy is really important to me. I have children, I have a wife, I have a family, I have a personal life, and I am a bit of a public figure. I'm no John Hammond level of public figure, but I am a public figure, and I like to have a separation between work and personal, and Delete Me helps manage that online data leakage of my personal information out on the web, unless it's at my own disclosure. Take control of your data, keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at a special discount for our listeners. Get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber. Use promo code simplycyber at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/simplycyber, code simplycyber. All right. We are going to do this. Let me tell you something really quickly, guys. Every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE. Oh, James McQuiggan did 20 squad member chats, or squad memberships. So, hey, James McQuiggan. Thank you, James McQuiggan. If you're one of those 20 people who picked up the squad membership, thank you at James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. As well as check out that squad emo tray, because that's where it's at. Every single episode's half a CPE. Say what's up. The chat is right above my head right here. It's very easy. Just grab a screenshot, press the print screen button on your keyboard, Windows key Shift S, whatever. Choose your own adventure. And use your phone, whip that out. Sometimes it's a bit of a over solving the problem, but you can take a picture with your phone. Yeah, file it away once you count up the screenshots and divide by 2. Simple as that. All right, hey, Mount Bethel is back, ladies and gentlemen. Second timer. All right, we've also got the Barricade Cyber event happening, but we're going to talk about that at the mid-roll. Guys, we got. It's going to be a fun day. We are absolutely blowing out the copyright music copyright today. I got some ideas, but right now, y'all, if today is your first time here, now Mount Bethel, it's not your first time. But if today's your first time here, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. We always have a good time. We always have fun. We mix work and play because why shouldn't we? We're not jacked. This isn't a dull boy situation. We are all about good times up in this piece. And I honestly, given the news stories today, I feel like we need a little fun up front. So let's do Worldwide Wednesday. You hashtag first timers and long timers. We are a massive community. The Simply Cyber community is freaking awesome and massive. How massive? Well, allow me to show you. Over the next, I'm going to set the music to 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Here is Marcus Kyler. Marcus Kyler has conveniently created a world map that has a drop-down list here. You guys can't see the drop-down, but there's a drop-down here. So if you guys give me a country I can't find, Marcus Kyler has made a lookup table. So you don't need to watch me on the struggle bus, all right? So I'm going to set the timer to 2 minutes, 22 seconds, ask you where you are, and we're going to see if we can go around the world. There's our little floating globe, compliments of DJ B-Sec behind the glass. All right, guys, here we go. All right. 2 minutes, 22 seconds on the board. Let me take a slug of coffee. I'm back on the French roast train, and it is delicious. Oh, yeah, here we go. All right. Tell me where you're at, everybody. Jenny Housley's in America. Let's go. All right, Poland, Senfulous, as always. Poland, love it. We got Big Texas, Alabama. Punta Arenas, Chile. I have been to Punta Arenas, Chile. Good times down there. I shipped out going down to Palmer Station. Tanzania, I know Tanzania, East Coast Africa. We got Australia, Richard Duff is in the house bringing it on. Fall River, hey Jason, I heard about the K through 12 school system there, that sucks. Atlanta's in the house, New York City, baby. Zoom out, okay. How's that? We're looking good here. Canada, we got that. We got the Philippines. I do have to zoom in so I can actually see the countries. All right, so here's one where we're going to use the drop down for the Philippines because it's not obvious to me. There we go. Boom. Philippines in the house. Cleveland, Ohio. Virginia, Joseph. Antigua and Barbados. Another good example of why I need this drop down. Antigua. I don't have Antigua or Barbados on this map, so I can't do that. You're here in spirit. Bangladesh. Good to see you, Bangladesh. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, gonna have to use this list. Boom, Bangladesh is online. Warren, Michigan, Czech Republic, Czechia. Yes, sir. Boom, Czech Republic's in the house. I want to go to the Czech Republic. Good morning, Joe Learn CS. North Carolina from Barbara, Washington. Christina Paulika in the great state of Colorado. Pontiac, Michigan, Damian Weeks. What's up, Jackson, Mississippi, Groove of Martin. Oh, yeah, Colombia's in the house. Hello, Northern South America. South Africa, Charlie McBeams. We got Africa. Guys, we're looking pretty solid here. Kenya's in the house. Look at this. I don't even need the titles of the countries anymore. I'm so lit on geography. Romania, yes, sir, Dragos. Oh, Dragos, I had to bow out of B-Sides Romania, but I've agreed for next year. Serbia's in the house. Serbia's not on this map either. Marcus Kyler, there's some countries missing. Come on, China, get online. That's right, Oklahoma. Kenya, we got Kenya already. Nigeria, boom. Where's my Nigeria? Dude, I never thought I would have such interesting capabilities for African geography. I remember back in the day, hold on, I'm looking for Serbia. Moldova, Belarus, Lithuania, Latvia. I'm sorry, Nerman. Nerman's in chat right now screaming at his monitor telling Republic of Serbia. There we go. I remember back in the day on Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego, if you got Africa for the final round, you were like hosed. All right, this map's good. The drop down's good, but it is a little tough here. China is always online listening, yes. All right, guys, I think we got it. Portugal, we got some more Europe really quickly. India. I'm surprised we didn't get Roswell, UK in the UK contingent. Kamrabi Kargbo says Antarctica. I would need you to confirm, Kamrabi Kargbo, where in Antarctica are you? I have been to Antarctica several times, so I might be able to fact check you in real time. Angola. Boom. All right, guys, really quickly, we just did it. We went around the world, North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia. Congratulations, everyone. And this is why I love the Simply Cyber community, guys. We are massive, we are international, and we straight up killed it like a bunch of bosses right there. Just really well done. Well done, everybody. Appreciate you showing up. And to the individual who is in Punta Arenas, Chile, bringing back some memories, dude. It's been a minute. Cyber Hamburglers in Tokyo, Japan is online. We'll give Japan a quick little rub. There we go. All right, guys. It's time to get to work. We are 15 minutes in. Sit back, relax. We are going to skip some of the stories today on CISO series simply because they have 9 stories and we don't have time for that. But let's go. Sit back, relax. Let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us in an awesome wave.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cyber...
All right. Hey, Roswell, UK. Good to see you. We've got UK in the house. Kamrabi Kargbo, you're at the poll? All right. Very nice.
Security headlines for Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. I'm Sarah Lane. Government CVE funding set to end today. MITRE confirmed to Reuters that its contract to fund the common vulnerabilities and exposures, the familiar CVE database, expires on April 16th, which is today. CISA confirmed the status of the contract, saying that we are urgently working to mitigate impact and to maintain CVE services on which global stakeholders rely. Reuters says it did not receive comment from CISA or MITRE as to why the contract lapsed.
All right. So, first of all, dude, John Hammond, what a national treasure. John Hammond, like, literally cited in this Yahoo News story. What a boss, dude. If you don't know who John Hammond is, he's this beautiful baby right here. Recently engaged cybersecurity researcher and just all-around good guy. If you get a chance to meet this guy, he is a delight. He's also really good at his job. He has a YouTube video that says cybersecurity just got effed. I'll drop a link to it. I haven't watched it yet because classic John Hammond fashion. This news broke like 10 hours ago, and 9 hours ago he released a video. So he's so hot, right?
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Yeah, I saw Kathy Chambers is in chat saying Jen Easterly posted a solid post on LinkedIn. I did read Jen Easterly's post. Guys, without question, okay? Without question, this is 100% the most important story in our industry today, okay? This shakes the bedrock of what we're doing here. I want to point out John Hammond actually pinned a comment on his own video talking about this post that Tiberius wrote. Tiberius is another security researcher, and he's a web application guy. He's a content creator. He's a very, very cool guy, very nice guy. He's been on the channel before. I would say I know Tiberius, okay? He posted this, apparently, which I'll link to this as well. So this is like a really fast-moving story. This is the Tiberius post. There's a group called the CVE Foundation that is a faction within MITRE that is attempting to, I guess, maintain the CVE program, whether it'll be private funded or some, neutered down, watered down version of what it is now. I haven't read this yet. again, this is all wicked fast moving, so I haven't had a time to get all this. What I will say is let me tell you what's going on, because I don't want to make an assumption that everybody knows what's going on here. CVEs, or common vulnerability and exposure, it's a standard way for how we classify technical vulnerabilities. All right. So when Tyler Ramsby finds a 0 day again in some type of web application, and he submits it for review through responsible disclosure, and it gets confirmed, it gets issued a CVE number, a unique identifier. When Progress Move It software gets a massive attack from Clop ransomware 2 years ago, and it's a hot mess express. The vulnerabilities being exploited got issued a CVE. Okay, so this is a foundational concept that I don't want to say we take for granted, but it's just so integrated into the way that we do work here that to lose it, it's like having your boat, right, moored to a dock. Yeah, your boat can float around and stuff, but you're still tied to the dock. This is like cutting that mooring and just kind of hoping that you're putting around the harbor instead of getting drifted off to sea. When literally, I'm not trying to make light of this, but I am trying to entertain. When I saw this, okay, the very first thing, literally the first thing that went through my mind was this.
How do I say goodbye?
And if you don't know, that's Boyz II Men, How So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. That's like 1994-ish. And that song, you'd see it at, when people broke up, like my high school girlfriend, we break up, that song's on repeat. Anyways. And that's a little bit of a shout out to people from the, Gen X or millennials. This is bad. Okay. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how we got to Wednesday. Like 24 hours before is when they announced that they realized it's going to be a problem. Dude, I could do an entire show on this. I was actually going to make a video. This is why I'm wearing the GRC shirt today, although I wear it most days. Listen, without CVEs, okay? Without CVEs, you might be like, what's the big deal? It's just a freaking naming convention. No. And Jen Easterly's post on LinkedIn had a really great metaphor. Imagine, if you will, that we didn't have some type of Dewey Decimal System at the library, and you just went in the library and all the books were just laid out. Oh, hey, here's a book. Like the books on your bookcase. I'm sure the books on your bookcase at home aren't in any particular order. Maybe you have fiction and nonfiction, but they're not sorted by author and subject matter and all this other crap. So imagine going to a massive library and having no friggin' clue where anything is. That's kind of the same thing. But also, dude, the CVE system brings to light vulnerabilities and allows cross communication. CVE system is all about communication, in my opinion, awareness and communication. If they don't have the CVE system and Tyler Ramsby finds a bug and submits it, and they're like, yeah, and they release a patch to it, you better hope the application has auto update, because you're not going to know. You're going to have to manually go in. If something is massive, it's like SMB, or the WannaCry CVE, what was it? 2020 or 2017 0801. Hold on one second. The Eternal Blue one. Let me see. Okay, so it's 24. Oh, it's this one right here. MS 17010. Which was also the same as the CVE 2017-01444. Again, I know this is getting way in the weeds, but dude, this thing right here was a massive dumpster fire that multiple threat actors, including North Korea, leveraged to exploit in WannaCry ransomware. Tons of organizations, including the UK's National Health System, among others. This kind of communication made it possible for rapid response. If you neuter this thing, which is what's happening, it just decentralizes and disorganizes everyone. Now, this is like a $2 billion program. It is not free, But my very first thing I said in mod chat was that this is critical infrastructure. You know, like, to me, the way that cybersecurity defenders do things, this is it. If you jettison this thing into the dark ages, or if you jettison us back into the dark ages, we're going to be where we were in 1988. You know what I mean? Where, like, you're basically left to fend for yourself. You do a vulnerability scan. Maybe you find some vulnerabilities. Maybe you don't. The vulnerability scanning companies are going to have to get on top of touching all of the different applications and figuring out what's going on with all of them, which is going to be harder. This is a massive blow for cybersecurity practitioners and defenders. You know, I have some hot takes. I have some speculative hot takes on who this might benefit that I don't want to share on this show. I might talk about it at Jawjacking, which is a separate show. But, like, all I'll say is this. If this goes away, the black market underground for cyber weapons is going to be very lucrative.
Straight cash, homie.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, I've got other thoughts, but, like, this is so gross, dude. And I get it. I can't fund it, right? I don't have money to do it. So, to me, this is like, it's critical. It's critical infrastructure.
"4chan, the internet's most infamous forum, is down following an alleged attack. 4chan was down Tuesday after an apparent hack, with attackers gaining server access, leaking the site's source code, and doxing moderators and registered users. Many of the leaked emails included edu and gov addresses, raising concerns about user privacy. The breach has exposed what some say are long-standing security flaws." China.
All right, we might just go completely off the rails today. I see Kathy Chambers. I saw your DM, Kathy. I'll pull that story up. So 4chan, the internet's most infamous forums, down following an alleged attack. I will tell you, 4chan is one website that I've never gone to. Like, 4chan is so, like, icky that I don't even want to take my browser there. Like, I wouldn't go to 4chan on someone else's platform. Okay. Jesus Christ. Hold on. This is moving quick. Eric Taylor is telling me that the European Union's launching their own CVE. Decentralized approach to identifying and numbering security vulns. Empowers independent numbering authorities to assign vulnerability IDs directly, offering autonomy. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. We need a solution. We do need a solution. It's just, we'll see. I will tell you this. I'm not surprised that this thing is moving as quickly as it is and that things are happening as fast as they are, because this is vital. This is vital. Okay? Like, if CVE stopped today, it's not like the world would burn down tonight. Okay? This isn't like an end to the accessibility to water. But this would deteriorate very quickly for us if they don't have a plan in place. All right. 4chan, which is a website that, like, basically is a case study in what would happen if we allowed free speech, like total free speech on the internet. And it really is an interesting concept, right? Because we're, home of the brave, land of the free, First Amendment, freedom of speech, and all this other stuff, but you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater, right? 4chan really takes it to the next level as a experiment on what it could be. Again, I don't really like to go to 4chan. It's all anonymous, technically, but I guess I don't know why someone hacked it. The hosting servers got compromised, and then they went on to post images of the site's PHP MyAdmin page and dox the mod team. So Yep. All I would say here is let's make this about web application security. Guys, I don't care if you're like the most notorious website on the internet or you're the West Ashley Public Library landing page and, not a lot going on there. You do need, if you manage your own web server, right? So you're, basically maintaining the stack. You have to maintain the stack, okay? Like, let me show you this one. Really quickly. I love this graphic. I think this graphic's in my one of my classes. I think Cyber 101. All right, so check this out. This is a layout of, on-prem all the way up to SaaS products, okay? So infrastructure as service, platform as service, software as service on-site. The green is what you're responsible for. The red is what your hosting provider is responsible for. If you use a SaaS application for your website, like WordPress.com or whatever, where you just push in data, then yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, you still have risk, right? But someone's managing it. If you go on-prem, right, and you have your own hosting provider, which I think 4chan is the second column, infrastructure as a service. I think that they are managing, it's a hosting service. You're still responsible for the application, the middleware, and the operating system. This would include the web server and the PHP, stack. Okay? Yeah, they don't need to maintain the networking and all that stuff. But if they don't maintain the web application, the configurations, the access, the patching, all those things, then bad can happen. And that's literally what happened. Again, 4chan's been around a long time. Your website's probably been around a long time. If you have to be vigilant, you have to be consistent. Patches come out all the time. Thank you, because of CVEs being announced, right? And vendors communicating out that there's patches. If you don't do it, if you're not vigilant, if you just say, "Oh, it's fine. I'll take a break," then crap can happen. We'll see how it goes. I don't think 4chan will go down. 4chan, just like, dark web marketplaces, there's clearly an interest for that type of website. So even if the moderators get discovered, which it sounds like they have been, and they flee or they leave, I would imagine that someone else would step into place, or a second site would stand up, right? Yeah, 2chan, 8chan. So, all right, let's keep going. Slim Daddy, great question. We'll do questions at the jaw-jacking at the end.
Accuses the U.S. of launching advanced cyber attacks. Names alleged NSA agents. China has accused 3 alleged USA NSA operatives of launching cyber attacks on infrastructure during the Asian Games in Harbin back in February. The alleged targets included game-related systems, critical services in the Heilongjiang province, and tech giant Huawei. China claims the attacks caused serious harm and continues to demand that the U.S. stop such operations. Midnight.
Whoa, okay. So this is wild. Okay. So this will be interesting. China is accusing the United States of attacking them in a sophisticated attack. Okay. I mean, the United States has been accusing China of attacking critical infrastructure, including ISPs, telecoms, energy sector, Volt Typhoon, Salt Typhoon, Flax Typhoon. My understanding is that there is some attribution associated with that, so we do have confidence. The fact that they're saying NSA has attacked China, if I had $100 and I had to bet this one, I would bet that it's true. Okay, I don't have any evidence to support it, but why wouldn't? Why wouldn't the United States be using their top talent to hack back, basically? Now, they're attacking during these these winter games, Asian winter games, which I don't understand why they're doing that. I mean, they're targeting industry, so I don't know how the Asian winter games has anything to do with it, unless they were using the Asian winter games as like a fishing lure Police in northeastern city of Harbin said 3 NSA agents to a wanted list and also accused the University of California and VTech of being involved in the attacks. So the fact that they're naming these NSA agents is kind of wild. Dude, the NSA is very good at intelligence and OPSEC. So having 3 names is kind of wild. I mean, it's not like you log into your keyboard or, you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't like Catherine Wilson's username when she like hacks into a system isn't Catherine Wilson. You know what I mean? So I don't know how they did the attribution on this one. I will say that this could be I don't want to say a false flag campaign, but like obviously China's going whole hog on the United States. It would be interesting to have this story about how they're being attacked as well in order to kind of have a tit for tat kind of situation. Again, I have no details. I have no evidence. No one's going to provide me any details or evidence to support this story. So, So China's saying that the NSA attacked China to sabotage critical infrastructure, cause social disorder, and steal confidential information. All right. Okay. So the story does go on to get a little bit into the tradecraft. What should I say about this story, right? Like big countries, advanced sophisticated capabilities. The United States, we say advanced persistent threat actors like it's a bad thing, but the United States, if it is, then we can't be ignorant and not say that the NSA is an advanced persistent threat. It's just they're not a threat to us and I'm speaking as a U.S. citizen, right? So, this is just 2 heavyweights fighting it out, right? There's not. I can't. This is a very cyber story, but I can't really do anything with it. I don't know. Like this, to me, this doesn't change the calculus on anything that we're doing day in and day out. This is just like, a kaiju and a Jaeger bot or whatever it is fighting in Pacific Rim. Like we're still going to go to work and just, kind of hope we don't get hit by collateral damage.
Blizzard deploys new grape loader malware in embassy phishing. Russian state-backed hacking group Midnight Blizzard, also APT29 or Cozy Bear, is behind a new phishing campaign targeting European embassies using a stealthy malware loader named Grape Loader. Disguised as an invite to a wine tasting event, the attack uses malicious zip files that execute the malware via DLL sideloading. Grape Loader performs reconnaissance and installs Wine Loader, a modular backdoor that collects system information and helps with further espionage. The malware is heavily obfuscated and runs entirely in memory, making it hard to detect and analyze. Hertz confirmed.
All right. So Russia. Don't sleep on Russia. China's all the rage right now. All the Gen Z kids, or excuse me, Gen Alpha with their tiny microphones are all talking about China and espionage, all the typhoons. But don't sleep. Millennials have Russia. We've got Russia, Midnight Blizzard. They are an advanced threat, persistent threat. APT, I want to say 29 right there. Cozy Bear. Just really quick, I do mention this pretty much once every episode. The naming conventions for advanced persistent threats, one group can have multiple names because the security vendor who is doing the threat intelligence for that advanced persistent threat gives them their own name. And this is like 1/2 marketing, 1/2 attribution confidence levels and stuff like that. But if Bruise and Hacks was like, did you hear what Midnight Blizzard did? And then Jenny Housley's like, yes, I did, but did you hear what Cozy Bear did? And it's like, those are the same thing, right? So Just know that's something that vexed me for a number of years. What does an advanced persistent threat do? They do targeted attacks, they have infrastructure, and they can do very sophisticated malware, including heavily deobfuscating it, making it resistant to analysis. This one runs only in memory. It does a DLL sideload attack, which definitely is very, it seems more common than not nowadays. So here's the deal. For me and you, DLL is so hot right now. Who said that? Nataraj Monk, so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
So basically, here's the attack, okay? Diplomat at an embassy. So if you're working at an embassy, pay attention. For the rest of us mere mortals, this one won't really apply to us. Remember, the more sophisticated the threat actor is, the more precision the attacks typically are, right? Unless you're... when Russia attacked Ukraine with the MEDOC, not Petya, and that kind of got out of control. But for the most part, it's precision level attacks because they have a mission. They're trying to achieve a very specific outcome. This one right here, they're targeting diplomats at embassies. So, shields up if you're one of those people, which I would think in a foreign country as a diplomat in an embassy, you would be targeted. And worth noting, it's not just Ambassador Palpatine getting targeted. Every embassy has support staff, right? You've got junior level people, mid-tier people. You've got not receptionists, but you have assistants. You have comms people, IT people. So just remember, when you're protecting a VIP, yes, you should have hardened security on the VIP, but think about the people in that VIP's orbit, because they are also one stepping stone away, right? So like if I was going to attack, I don't know, give me somebody. If I was going to attack, I don't know, John Hammond, right? Okay, so.
We're going after John Hammond here. You know he's got tight security, so let's find out who's in John Hammond's circle. He just recently got engaged. Might be an easy attack vector there.
Right, you see what I'm saying? So like, it's easier to do a chain of attack than it is to go directly for the bigwig, right? And John Hammond, I'm not going to attack you, obviously. It was just I needed to pick a massive celebrity that everybody knows. All right, so you send the zip file, they open it up, you trick them into opening it up, and basically it's a PowerPoint, which when you run it, hold on. So the PowerPoint executable needs a DLL file, and that's where it'll pull in the malicious one. I don't know how the malicious one gets on your machine already. I guess maybe it's part of the archive. Oh, hey, hold on one second. Oh, hold on. You had me at infographic. All right, here we go. So you get an impersonated phishing email with a domain name. So they set up a domain so they can make the emails look more real. On a website, they send it. Now, I will say this. If the person who checks it isn't the right person that they want to target, it will redirect them to a legitimate website. So that's another piece of sophisticated malware where it handles different situations to kind of reduce detection, right? Yeah, Win.exe, Windows on Linux, yeah. So the archive comes in. You are the target they want. They run Wine, which sideloads these two DLLs, including a backdoor, which reaches out to a C2 server. We do have the domain name, ophibre.com. So here's what I would say on this one. There's a couple things you can do. Number one, there's three things you can do. Number one, educate your end users, especially on, attachments, zip files coming through. And remember, just because this is done this way, it doesn't mean that you can't link to the same zip archive on a OneDrive or a SharePoint or a Google Drive or something like that. So it doesn't have to be physically attached to the email. So don't treat that as like your end-all, be-all litmus test. Educate them on that. Second of all, have them be mindful of who they're receiving email from, right? Number 3, EDR solutions, right? Have it so this has to detonate on the endpoint, right? So when it detonates on the endpoint, it does not write to disk. So anti-malware solutions that are only looking at things written to disk isn't going to work here. But if you have behavior-based anti-malware solutions, it should be able to detect it. And then, of course, it does have to reach out to C2. So obviously, you want to make sure that your firewalls and DNS are being updated with the latest threat intelligence to prevent this from happening. But again, I'm telling you guys, with enough time, enough money, and enough energy, a threat actor is going to get you, right? You can't eliminate risk. You can only reduce it. All right, hold on. Calm down. Dab my brow here.
Hertz confirms customer info, driver's licenses stolen in data breach. Hertz has confirmed a data breach affecting customers of its Hertz, Thrifty, and Dollar brands, stemming from zero-day vulnerabilities in Clio's file transfer platform exploited by the Clop ransomware gang. Stolen data may include names, contact details, driver's licenses, and credit card information, and in some situations, social security numbers and government IDs. Though no misuse has been reported yet, leaked data has appeared on Clop's extortion site, and Hertz is offering affected individuals 2 years of free identity monitoring.
All right. We're behind on time, so Clop ransomware, they don't hit often, but when they do file transfer solutions. Hertz is one of those. Huge company. Clop goes after big game, and they get paid, right?
Straight cash, homie.
For the sake of time, this is just a rinse and repeat. Major company suffers data breach story. Let's go.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, Vanta. Do you know the status of your compliance controls right now? Right this second?
Like right now?
We know that real-time visibility is critical for our security, but when it comes to our GRC programs, we rely on point-in-time checks. But more than 9,000 companies have continuous visibility into their controls with Vanta. Vanta brings automation to evidence collections across over 35 frameworks like SOC 2 and ISO 27001. They also centralize key workflows like policies, access reviews, and reporting, and help you get security questionnaires done 5 times faster with AI. Now that's a new way to GRC. Get started at vanta.com/headlines.
Right, Code Brew? Guys, the Vanta is CISO Series sponsor, not Simply Cyber sponsor, just to be crystal clear on that. All right, really quickly, we are going to deviate. All right, y'all. Hey, holla, holla, holla. Alpha Sierra's in the house. Kathy Chambers is in the house. Woo! Guys, it's 8:47 in the AM on the Eastern Seaboard. Eastern Seaboard? I am Ron Burgundy. Thank you to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Delete Me, Antisyphon, and Threat Locker. Definitely appreciate all y'all. Kimberly, can I get the Windows Forensics? I should have gotten that. Or Eric, if you're still there and haven't left yet, the Windows Forensic Recycling Bin webinar for tomorrow. I want people to know about that because it's an opportunity to get educated. Guys, thank you to all of you. 530, holy crap, 530 folks. Straight crushing it like a bunch of bosses up in here. I hope you're getting value, everybody. From the show, we did Worldwide Wednesday early on to start the show, so we don't have a special mid-roll. All right, hold on. So Kimberly's going to get that right now. All right, guys. Let me just do this really quickly. I'm going to speed run to the laws. Thank you, Cyber Shingami, blue badge. All right, and hey, really quickly, there's so many people here. If today's your first time, drop a hashtag first timer. We literally have a special sound effect, a special emote, and a special activity that we do when there's a brand new person in chat. And if you're a recent first timer like Mount Bethel, you know what it is. So please let us know with a hashtag first timer in chat. And if not, that's okay. Oh my God. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying. Okay, here we go. And I see people asking for this. Guys, this right here is the Barricade Cyber Solutions ad read. Listen, Barricade Cyber Solutions provides incident response for businesses suffering ransomware, business email compromise and stuff. But Eric Taylor, the Chief Forensics Officer over at Barricade Cyber, loves to deliver value. And he's got a great webinar. You will leave with practical skills that you have earned and learned in this hour session. Everybody knows about Windows operating system. Every one of us deletes a file and then goes up and right-clicks empty recycling bin. But did you know that that doesn't actually delete the file? Did you know that even though you can't restore it with normal tools, there's evidence supported there. It just, on the operating system, it delinks the pointer to the file or to the memory where that file is. There's a lot that can be done in the Windows recycling bin from a forensics perspective. And because most of us have Windows, you can test and learn the skills that you pick up. You will get real world insights and you will understand how the recycling bin works. So let me drop a link here. Barricade Cyber. I love this idea that Eric's doing this. So go check it out. This is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Now, get ready. Alpha Sierra is going to lead us off on our laws. You know the words, everyone. And then we'll finish strong. Andrew, first timer. Love it. That was a solid one, everybody. Let's keep cooking.
Major banks limit information sharing following breach of Treasury Department's OCC. Following a major cyber breach of the Treasury Department's Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, or OCC, email system, several major U.S. banks are limiting information sharing with the agency. JP Morgan Chase and Bank of New York Mellon have halted electronic information exchanges with the OCC due to concerns about potential security risks to their own networks. Chinese.
All right, I don't know much about this story, and because Bloomberg has a massive paywall, I'm not going to spend $2 to read this story. All right, Andrew Schagel, first timer, and Assman Ghoul, first timer. Welcome to the party, Assman. Makes me think of that Seinfeld episode with the chiropractor. Guys, listen, big banks have tons of information, lots of sensitive information. And it sounds like JP Morgan and Bank of New York, is that what BNY is, are trying to do good data governance. More people should do that. Data governance, it's a thing. Hashtag GRC Mafia.
Espionage group leans on open source tools to mask intrusions. In a new campaign observed by researchers at SysDig, Chinese espionage group UNC 5174 has been using open source tools like vShell and WebSockets to mask its presence in recent campaigns. Researchers note that the group's use of these tools communicate with command and control infrastructure and perform post-exploitation tasks, which point to a shift away from custom-built malware. This marks a new approach for UNC 5174, which has historically relied on bespoke malware for attacks targeting Western governments, technology companies, and research institutions.
Okay,
Bot trap.
couple things. We got some more first-timers in chat. Cracker Black, welcome to the party, pal. I saw another one in here. I thought I saw it. Well, okay, so China, here's another one, right? So when you see UNC 5174, oh my God. When you see UNC, okay? When you see UNC as a threat actor name, here's what you need to know about that. Because I literally was that guy who asked the question in the meeting. We used, one of the places I was responsible for, we used FireEye for EDR, and they use UNC as their naming convention. Now, I don't know if UNC is FireEye's or if it's more of a general one, but FireEye definitely. And I said, what is UNC? I don't get it. What are we doing here? UNC is basically, it's like a cluster of threat actor that they don't know if it is a new threat actor or if it is just not attributed to a known threat actor yet. So UNC, I don't know what it stands for, if it's an acronym or shorthand, but it basically means unknown character or unknown group, okay? And when they see things like it, they'll start clustering it together, and then when they have enough information, it'll either be a new APT or it'll be tied to an existing one. All right, so China's going whole hog up on Western governments. We've seen this before. VShell is an open source remote access Trojan made by, these people for post-exploitation. They're saying it's interesting because it's open source. Guys, I mean, like, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just because you're elite level hacksaw and you can spin up your own, remote access tool, like, why? Why would you? I mean, there's no reason to if there's a great option out there already. Plus, dude, I'll tell you, these nation state threat actors, like, China, Russia, United States, etc. Like, yes, they do spin their own tools because sometimes they're like precision weapons. But for the most part, they're there to achieve the mission, right? They don't care how sexy it is. They're not giving a black hat talk on how they did it. They're literally trying to do their mission so they can break and go to mess and get some food, okay? I will say by this threat actor using these techniques, it will help them kind of hide in the noise, if you will, because other people are going to be doing it. So Brandon Poole's in chat. Uncategorized threat actors is UNC, which is Mandiant, FireEye. I don't know if FireEye is technically under Mandiant. And so does that mean Google owns FireEye now too? Like FireEye and Mandiant were basically like, this is super common, okay? It's super common for security companies to have a consulting branch and a technology branch of their business units, right? Usually the consulting one funds the technology side until it gets up and running, and then they switch hats. FireEye's the tool, Mandiant is the consulting, but Mandiant got acquired by Google a while ago. So anyway, shout out to Brandon Poole. Ladies and gentlemen, I love myself some Brandon Poole. The reason that this show is all geeked up on EPSS and, the Drake thing, is it Drake? You know the thing where he's like CVSS and then it's like EPSS, like that meme? That's because of Brandon Poole. All right. Let's see. VShell and WebSockets have been used. All right, so this is all post-exploitation. So spoiler alert, you're already hosed. The call's already coming from inside the house. Okay, so here's just another example, right? In 2024, the French cybersecurity agency observed an attacker using the same tactics, techniques, and procedures as UNC 5174. So this is one of those ones where the TTPs are the same, so there's a great chance it's the same threat actor. You have different levels of confidence as far as attribution goes. So, yeah, and you can see it include a 0 day of CVE 2024-8190. For you youngs, CVE is how we used to denote vulnerabilities. I'm being slightly playful. If you showed up late to the show, there's like a hot mess on fire, dumpster fire floating down the river of CVEs and the ongoingness of them. Okay, let's keep cooking. I'm actually gonna blow out the rest of the CISO series stories to spend a minute covering a story that has been provided by our very own Kathy Chambers. Ladies and gentlemen, at Kathy Chambers in chat, the Pentagon Defense Tech Unit to leave by May. All right, I'm going to just read this kind of from the story now. Again, not a political show. The entire staff of the Defense Digital Services, the Pentagon's decade-old technology development office, is leaving by the start of May, which would be just a few weeks from now. All individuals resigned. Wow. The mass exodus, first reported by Politico, means the service will effectively shutter. Of the 14 members of the office, a dozen, including Director Jennifer Hay, have requested the Trump administration's deferred resignation option and plan to leave by May 1st. Although the DDS was excited to support the DoD's effort to improve efficiencies and champion software modernization initiatives, the administration was not leveraging DDS, was hiring freezes, rescinded remote work, travel restrictions, and made our mission non-capable. Making us non-mission capable. All right. So, I don't know what this Defense Digital Service does. Let's see. Created in 2015, it's a team of engineers and data experts who were meant to bring Silicon Valley-style solutions to the Department of Defense. All right. So I don't know what the impact is of this. What I will say is obviously this move is clearly a, oh my God, like Jerry Maguire, like who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? For all of them to resign at the same time. Obviously it's a coordinated decision. I wouldn't like lose sleep for the 14 people who are leaving. Chances are they're probably going to go start something as a collective together. Again, I'm speculating here, but we'll see. The Department of Defense, which is housed in the Pentagon, is the largest spender of U.S. government money, as far as I know, right? Like we typically don't skimp on national security. In fact, I've seen journalists talk about how the budget of the Department of Defense, it's very difficult to get transparency on how the money's spent, but it's billions of dollars. So we'll see. Honestly, guys, there's so much transformation and disruption going on in the U.S. government right now, from people leaving or being just entire programs being shuttered, the missions being changed. Like, for example, CISA's budgets being cut and the missions being redefined. This Triple D, Divine Dream Divine. We've got another Triple D in the house. They're all leaving, so it's really difficult to see what the long-term impact will be, all of this. I mean, obviously the MITRE CVE, MITRE CVE program. So we'll see. A lot of disruption. Okay. We are at time. Let's do this really quickly. All right, guys. Hey, I hope you had a great show. I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow we will be doing it again, Daily Cyber Threat Brief. So we do it every single weekday morning. I know we had a lot of first-timers today. Thank you very much for checking out the show. If you enjoyed it, please come back. It's here literally every day. This is episode 857 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Guys, if you want to, we do this every day from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We do another show. The show is called Jaw Jacking. You literally don't have to go anywhere. I'll handle everything. But Jaw Jacking is an AMA-style show. If you have any questions about news, about career, about certs, about community, about conferences, anything that you have questions, my goal is to provide education and transparency and awareness and knowledge and resources and help and support and inclusion and empowerment. And we do it through Jaw Jacking. So stay tuned. Hope you can join us if you had to boogie out of here. Be well. Have a great Wednesday. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time, stay secure. But seriously, don't go anywhere because we're about to get all up in your face with jaw jacking. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jaw Jacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some jaw jacking. All right, what's up? What's up? I would like to introduce you all to Jaw Jacking. I am your host, Jerry Guy, and over the next 30 minutes, me, you, Elliot Matisse, Boss Finale, Bruce and Hacks, Alex, Kathy Chambers. We got Drake, but not really. More Kendrick Lamar, more my style. We're all going to be kicking it, and hopefully you guys had a great show of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief with that nerd, Dr. Gerald Auger. Oh my God. Can you calm down about the CVEs already? Oh my God. Fire Eye, Mandian. Jesus, that guy. Seriously, I am the same guy, like obviously. But we like to have some fun here. Also, I'd like to introduce you guys episode 857, the official episode where like I literally have glasses now. The glasses I've been wearing over the last couple years are more like eye protectors for blue light and all that. These are my official, I am old and I have glasses because my eyes don't work. By the way, just as a fun story, if you wear glasses, I'm day one into wearing glasses. And the person, the optometrist or whoever they are that gave me the glasses yesterday, they're like, so you don't have to like tip your head to look down, just kind of look down. And she like handed me a piece of paper and I'm looking at it and then I moved it down and it came sharp into focus and I'm like, holy crap, is this what I've been looking at? Like this blurry, all this blurry, and then once it's tight, it's tight. So I am wearing glasses. So for you first timers, it's a cool show. We ask questions, give answers. Drop your questions in chat with a Q. Looks like we got a healthy mod team in chat today. So mods, I do appreciate you helping out. And drop your questions with a Q in front of it so I know that it's a question. Slim Daddy asked a question earlier. Okay, so Jenny Housley's saying Jenny Housley is a mod and Jenny Housley is awesome. So if she's saying the question's out of scope, then it is out of scope. All right. These are not multifocal lenses. These are progressive lenses, I guess. All right, let's see. Random X with the first question out to shoot. Speaking of, since we all stare at screens all day, to do blue light glasses actually help save the eyes of those that have 20/20 vision. I don't know. I mean, the research would suggest it. It doesn't hurt to wear them. So these, I got blue light glasses or whatever here with these ones. So we'll see. I don't know. According to the doctor, like you just kind of get old and your eyes deteriorate. I know you guys might think that I'm popping Gen Z because of how much Riz I got and how I sling slang, but I'm actually quite old. Oh, the Rizzler's in the house. Code Brew. Not that I need any more proof that I'm a nerd, but I took a picture of John Hammond to the eye doctor to find a pair of frames that look like his. Yes, sir. Who is starting CVE run hat for funds to track CVE database? Yeah, no kidding, right? Mojave Ghost says, where should I start when it comes to CTF events? Mojave Ghost, thank you for the question. Oh my God, this coffee's so good. So Mojave Ghost says, where do I start for CTFs? I have two great answers for you. Okay. Number one, Mojave Ghost. Is Poner Joe in chat right now? Is Poner Joe in chat? Hold on one second. Hey, link to CTF. So listen, every single month there is a CTF that we do in the Simply Cyber community, Mojave Ghost. Now, CTFs really quickly stand for Capture the Flag, if you didn't know that. And it's basically like a puzzle that is a game, right? And there's like hidden things and you have to like use cybersecurity tools to solve the puzzle. and find the flag, right? Which is the goal. So if you like puzzles, if you like games, CTFs are a lot of fun. Now they can feel a little intimidating because you're challenged, okay? And maybe you put value in whether or not you're able to solve the challenge to your self-worth, but don't do that. Now, usually CTFs are a lone wolf kind of thing, but in the Simply Cyber monthly CTF, we have a channel on the Discord server where people are talking. CTFs are actually quite social. People don't want to give you the answer, but you can talk about the challenges. You can talk about some rabbit holes you went down. People who have solved one of the challenges that you're working on might give you a hint if you ask for the hint. Usually the CTF that we do monthly in the Simply Cyber community, it's usually like 3 to 5 challenges, but the first one is deliberately designed to be easier, to give you the win and give you kind of like some traction. So Poner Joe is going to drop a link, Mojave Ghost. I would recommend that. Number 2, almost every conference you go to is going to have a CTF, and you can sit in the CTF room. Now, you're going to not really go to the conference talks and stuff like that if you do it, but you can sit in the CTF room and be with other people doing CTFs and start that conversation and community. Let me know in chat, Mojave Ghost, if that answers your question. And Poner Joe is going to drop a link. All right, so here we go. I'm going to speed run this a little bit more. And I wish mods don't have to come into the restream, but like it would be awesome if one of you wanted to, so I could bring the questions up on stream. Brandon Poole, hold on one second. I want to answer these in order. Cyber Shinigami says, just completed my CHI FI and looking at my next cert adventure along the lines of differ and CTI. Any suggestions? Differ and CTI. So those are kind of two different things. Honestly, Sean, I would say getting certified in a tool like Autopsy or FTK or something like that. I know it's specific to the tool, but like there's a couple tools that are like de facto standard tools in the differ industry. I would connect with Elon Wright at Differ Diva. Here, let me give a shout out to Differ Diva really quickly. And I will also say, Sean, or Cyber Shinigami, that the Differ community is awesome. They're super tight. Here, for everybody that's interested, this is Differ Diva. She's like ground zero for for starting your Differ adventure. So, yeah. So that's my answer to that one. Hold on one second, dude. You guys are dropping mad questions today. I love it. All right, let's keep going. And I'm going to stop at 9:30 Eastern. I got a lot of work to do today. Curious Nick says, for Red Team Pentest career path, what defensive skills should be focused on? Oh, hold on one second. Oh, we're getting support. Boom. So the question, hold on, what was the question? What defensive skills should be focused on? So for red teamers and pen testers, what defensive skills? That's a good one. Honestly, like this is kind of a hot take, Curious Nick. And for any pen test, so I'm not a pen tester. I'll be the first to admit that I'm too inside the box to be a good pen tester. But if there's any pen testers in chat, please drop your thoughts here. For my money, I would think like getting qualified or whatever, or learning the skills of an entry-level SOC analyst would be hugely valuable for a pen tester red teamer, because you can basically see how they would be working and how they would be acting, and you can identify kind of not the gaps, but like the assumptions that SOC analysts are making. So you can exploit that level. All right, Jenny's in here. Jenny, let me know if you can see the comments and bring them in. You can exploit the assumptions that SOC analysts are making. So, Curious Nick, I hope that helps. If anyone else, I don't see it in chat. If anyone else has thoughts, no. Oh, can you not see the chat itself to bring it on stream like that, Jenny? Jenny's in the green room. See how I can bring it on? Do you not see the chat? It might be a permission thing. Jenny's behind the glass, but I don't think she has the permissions to see this. Oh, cool. Can you click on it and bring it on? Brandon Poole says, all MITRE programs are going away and you can only save one of their projects. Which one would you save and why? Oh my God. Oh, Brandon Poole, you're asking me which of my kids to keep? You monster. All right. I got to tell you. Whew. MITRE ATT&CK is super valuable. CVE. Oh my God. Just kill me. Save the programs. Take me instead. I don't know, man. It's got to be between CVE and ATT&CK. And see, here's the thing. With MITRE ATT&CK, you get the insights and intelligence to kind of stop before bad. With the CVEs, you're like playing catch up constantly. So I guess CVEs. I mean, we were doing all right before MITRE ATT&CK. You're a monster, Brandon Poole.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Let's see. Let's see. For someone in a G... Oh, that reminds me. Here, I just remembered something. For someone in a GRC role, what certs would you recommend getting? G-Risk, CISP, something else? All right. Oh, okay. Well, thank you anyways, Jenny. I appreciate you. Guys, I love GRC, obviously. What I would recommend, it depends where you are in your career, Jonathan Rogers. CISA, CISM, both ISACA. I think those are wonderful certifications. G-Risk, I wouldn't say that. CISSP for sure. Those are the ones I would say. CISA, CISM, and CISSP. I will tell you, this doesn't do you any good, but like, I really wish I had the time. I would make the GRC cert. That would be the killer GRC cert if I had the time, but I just don't. Because I'm not going to half-ass a cert like that, because it would become the entire thing. But I do want to share something with everyone. Check this out. Hot off the presses. This is Simply Cyber Academy, if you didn't know. Wait, what is this, Jerry? GRC Jumpstart? $20. I don't know if I want to pay $20. Don't worry, because it's a pay what you can. And this is the code right here, GRC Jumpstart 0. Guys, this class right here, I want everyone to know, I made this class directly in response last week. Last week, someone asked me how to get started in, like, do I even want to work in GRC? And I didn't, like, where can I get information to see if I should work in GRC? And I didn't have a good answer for them. And I felt so bad that I literally made this class. It's already gone through QC. Beta testers provided feedback. And why can't I get to the page itself, man? I don't even know how my own platform works. I want to show you this right here. This is a pay what you can course. What the hell actually is GRC, and is it right for me? This is what this class answers exactly. So if there's anyone in chat who wants to know what GRC is, why I'm a huge dork about it, and literally, because of my PBCC course, a lot of people like the, I've realized the self-reflection is super valuable. So I actually have a lot of self-reflection questions in this thing for you to do the work. And like literally, I want everyone to work in cyber. I love GRC, but it's not for everybody. And I hope you understand that. Okay, I'm going to drop a link to this right now in chat. Again, this is pay what you can, so you can get it for $0 and get after it, okay? GRC, I call it GRC Jumpstart. Share it if you want. Take it if you want. Provide feedback if you want. All right, let's keep going. Oh my God, the coffee's flowing, y'all. As someone who recently decided to change careers, I'm working on my Google Cyber Cert. Any suggestions where to go to after that? Yes, Retro Delec. I would say Security Plus. It is a cert that a lot of HRs put on job postings as a gate or as a filter. So basically, for your career, it's not. I mean, it's not like it's not. Getting the Security Plus doesn't mean that you're ready to do a specific job, but it does give you baseline fundamental cybersecurity, and the Google Cyber Cert is going to help you with that as well. But the Security Plus is one that HR you'll see on job postings as a requirement. How can I get slides for yesterday's Lunch and Learn? Maurice Martin wants to know. Maurice, I will share those with everyone. I want to share this with everyone. Maurice. So on April 30th, I'm doing a similar talk, but it's going to be a different format. Daniel Lowry is going to be alongside me. Once I do this talk on April 30th, I will make all the slides available, and I'll even go onto the Lunch and Learn and pin it. Okay, so here's this talk I'm giving. This is free also. Again, we're big on free up in this piece. Do the free stuff first. Shout out to Kathy Chambers. Is she still in chat? Shout out to Kathy Chambers. She's the one who organized this to get me there. All right, let's see. Keith Sloan, I find I suffer with imposter syndrome. I can do try hack me, hack the box rooms, but I feel scared to get into a CTF. Any suggestions on overcoming it? Yep. Number one, Keith Sloan. YouTube, Simply Cyber. I've got a video for that, Keith, right here. Overcoming imposter syndrome. Boom. I made a whole video about it. And this goes beyond just CTFs. This is just in general. Let me see. At Keith. And I'm not just pushing you off. Here's the thing, Keith. You know what? If it's uncomfortable, then you're developing. Okay? If you're uncomfortable, you're developing. The CTF, there's a lot of really nice people in CTFs. Don't, like, I guess I would just say, Keith, punch imposter syndrome in the face. Make the commitment. Do the meta CTF with the Simply Cyber community as kind of a safe space. Don't be scared. I get it. It can be frustrating. Like, you get in there and you don't solve any CTFs. And do not associate a puzzle and your ability to solve a puzzle with your self-worth or your ability to impact in a cyber capability. Just think of it as like a fun little challenge. Think of it as like doing the Sudoku or the crossword puzzle. Just do it. All right? Kathy Chambers. I thought I saw Kathy Chambers drop a question in here about the GRC. All right, hold on one second. We got a lot of questions. I'm going to get to them all. We're speed running today. All right. Let's see. Oh, hey, by the way, Simply Cyber community, as I scrub through comments, I see you answering Keith Sloan's question about CTFs and imposter syndrome. Thank you, Simply Cyber community. I love the community support. You guys are the best. Kia Ora. Marcus Kyler. What brought more people to the news today? Marcus Kyler, if I had to guess, I actually ran a Lunch and Learn yesterday that had like 150 people at it. A lot of new people. So perhaps that's why. I don't know. I do love that there's 400 plus people here for jaw jacking. We are here to help people. That's what's up. And if you've got answers, drop them in chat. All right, let's see. Is a security clearance difficult to acquire? I was prior law enforcement. I was terminated. Is this grounds for disqualification? No, Andrew. A security clearance, to say it's difficult to get, it's not difficult. You do need someone to sponsor you. This is a US-based security clearance. I don't know about other countries. your prior law enforcement doesn't help or hurt. Being fired was not help or hurt. When they look at it depends what you were terminated for, right? If you were terminated for stealing or doing drugs on the job or planting evidence, you know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not saying that's what you did, Andrew. I'm just saying it depends, right? Here's what they look at for security clearances: financial history, drug history, criminal history, relationship history. And all they want to know really is there anything about you that could be leveraged by a threat actor in order to have you become an insider threat, right? So say you have a gambling problem. Well, that's a problem for the government, because if you get in deep to to somebody, they could say, hey, we'll erase your debt if you steal secrets. Or if you are a drug user and you're trying to get that fixed, they'll say, hey, we'll give you free drugs if you give us that secret, right? If you are relationships, right, with known threat actors, that's a problem because but if you are whatever, I'll just, without giving you guys too much information, okay? And this is probably going to surprise a bunch of people. Okay, this is why you stay. Of course, it's the episode with 400 plus people in jaw-jacking that I dropped this bomb. So I've been streaming for 5-6 years. I don't think I've ever said this. I will tell you that I used to have a security clearance. When you don't use it, it goes dormant and then ultimately doesn't get renewed. I have been arrested several times. Okay, just whatever. I don't want to get into it. I've been arrested several times. So, I did a lot of dodgy stuff in college, okay? And I got a clearance, okay? So, it's not about your past. It's about being honest with the investigators and not being able to be leveraged or exploited. All right. And we're not going to answer any of the questions about what? Tell me about your background, Jerry. Yes, this would be 100. Yeah, this is a fun way to see it. Thank you, Jenny Housley. Jenny Housley, always the best. Oh, hold on 1 second. There we go. Breaking the law, bum, bum.
Catch me outside, how about that?
All right, here we go. We're going to continue looking and chat. You guys rock. Keith Sloan's the best. All right. A lot of people answering the question. Jerry, if you were to half-ass a GRC certification, what would you have and call them? I'd have to think about that. I mean, obviously, I would do an entry-level GRC certification. It would basically map to my GRC masterclass, except I would test you on the things that I teach you in that class. That's it. And I would probably call it, the PGRC. That's what I'd probably call it, professional GRC, Make a Short says, give a link. I don't know what you're talking about. Give a link to what? I'm happy to give links. I just don't know what you want to link to. All right, let's see. Yeah, Carrie, go ahead and scoop it up. So associate, professional, expert, describe the differences. I mean, I would probably call it professional at the entry level, and then probably expert, for the next level. Why are you such a dork about it? Because it's awesome. Going back through the GRC masterclass again. Yeah, that's another thing. So some people, honestly, I deal with it more than I wish I did. My course is available at TCM Academy and in the GRC, in the Simply Cyber Academy. The main difference is that my course, when you buy it, you get forever access. Heath's platform is like Netflix. It's a subscription model. But, going back through it definitely is valuable. Official Fosua is lacking confidence but had take the GRC course. Official Fosua, don't it's imposter syndrome. It's in your head. Again, I have this video on crushing imposter syndrome. I'm gonna copy it and tag you in chat. Okay. Oh, do we have a video? I think we do. Yes, we do. Hey, really quickly, we're going to go ahead and raid Simply ICS. So listen, I'm not an expert in IC. Oh, anyways, as far as tips go, official Fosua, watch that imposter syndrome video. And also note, if you're getting the interview, they already saw you on paper and they want you there. You deserve to be there. So you don't need to have lack of confidence. Be confident that they wanted you there. You're nailing it, okay? Hey, Simply ICS, guys, I'm not an ICS expert, but these two guys are. Don Weber, Tom Van Norman. They are partnering with me to bring cybersecurity, industrial control system, and operational technology knowledge to you. This is a tenet of Simply Cyber, is bringing you education and knowledge. So we're going to go ahead and raid this in a hot minute. I'm going to try to speed run some questions. Simply ICS Cyber raid. Okay, and guys, really quickly, we do this every single day. The jaw jacking on Friday, we're gonna have a panel. You want to come back on Friday? We have a special panel for Friday, which is super sick. Kathy Chambers, I love myself some Kathy Chambers. All right, if we didn't get to your question, I apologize. I'll try to answer some asynchronously in chat as we do this, but let's go ahead and raid over here. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Thank you all so very much. Wonderful show today to all the first timers. Come back tomorrow. You're going to love it. Until next time, stay secure. See ya.